back on the Kawasaki motor, and starting to, I've got it cleaned up the best I can get it for right now. It's that time of year that I don't want to break out the power washer, so I sprayed it down with some engine cleaners and took the air wand to it, and it got off the majority of it. But scraping gasket surfaces right now as I go. Working on the intake right now. And all I'm using is a basically putty knife with the edge slightly sharpened, and just scraping away. Sometimes I'll also use a knife something like that, or your pocket knife, whatever you got. Might use the and I got paper towels stuffed down in here, and just before I go to reinstall everything, I'll blow them out and then pull the paper towel out. That should keep any debris from getting down in there. Making sure your gasket surfaces are clean is very important. You don't want to have to go back and redo another gasket. So I got the intake cleared up, cleaned off. I've got the crankcase vent cleaned up, gasket surface cleaned up. I got the exhaust gaskets cleaned up. I just took all the bolts out of the base. And here, pop the base off. All the bolts are the same length, so it doesn't really matter where they go back. Just make sure you clean them all up real good, and have them ready to go back in. Alright, so on the base, I've got paper towel stuffed in the intake, the exhaust, the oil filter thread, and then the dipstick. And on the crank base, the governor is hooked into that. So let's see here. One tap on the feet that hold it in, hold it to the machine. I don't see any, they didn't give us any places to pry, so we're not going to be able to, except for right there is the only place. And I'm not sure how well that one's going to work. Yeah. The gasket's been on there for so long, it's on there pretty good. Oh, I just heard a sound difference. That tells me that she's starting to come loose. Yep, she's starting to come loose. And all I usually do is just put a little bit of pressure upward while I'm tapping. Oop. There we go. Things came apart nicely. Still got some Earl in here. It's diluted Earl because I swished some gasoline in there just so that it would drain out pretty easy. And this must be our oil pump. Alright guys, I got the flywheel side seal pulled out. And I took some real fine sandpaper and I lightly went around the shaft here to get rid of the chunky rust. Before I did that, I stuffed some paper towel down in here. And now I'm going to remove that. That should take care of keeping everything nice and clean in there. This does have bearings on the flywheel side and the PTO side, and they're just the they're not a ball bearing. It's basically a bushing, and that's what the crank rides on. We got my new seal here. I'm gonna do a quick dry fit. I believe that's the right one. I'm gonna take a little bit of grease. We're gonna lubricate the lip of this seal. That way we don't have a dry start on the seal for one, and then two, we're going to do the bottom side too. The bottom side is what's going to go over top of the shaft. But I'm also putting a little bit of grease on the inside here. And then we'll grease up that inside. And we'll slide that over. And this is just some old wheel bearing grease that I use for things like this. It's almost empty. Got my socket. We're going to tap this in nice and easy. Straight. That feels about right all the way around. Yep. There we go. There's that seal. Bottom up here. Let's see if we can't get that tapped out of there. There it is. All right. There we go. The inner lip and the outer lip are almost flat, and the rubber is very, very, very mushy. So pretty sure that's where most of the oil is coming from. I'll grab our next seal, and this is our gasket kit here. There we go. Just take your time, work your way around it. That should be it. Alright, now we've got to get this little tiny O-ring here for the governor. Alright, so in order to do that, there's two little screws in here, right there and there. I'm going to take them out, and that'll allow me to slide the governor shaft out. Oh, yeah. Maybe. That is, you know what it is. It's stupid tight. Yes, indeed. There we go. Yeah, I get why you want it tight, because you'd hate to have one of those come apart and go sloshing around in the engine somewhere, and next thing you know, you got a catastrophic failure. I get it. Alright. There's that. Alright, set that in the box for a second. Take our screwdriver. We'll see if we can't get that popped out of there. Well, alright, let's do this then. I got this little punch that's been ground on a slant. So that should allow me to get between the seal and the wool. There we go. Usually all you have to do is deform them ever so slightly, and they'll pop loose. Here's our new one. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of grease inside of this one. I'll just use my little screwdriver. Matter of fact, I'll use my other little screwdriver. Yep, I believe that's it. Now we can reinstall our shaft, put screws back in. And that nice tapered shaft right there, that'll allow that to get through that seal nice and easy. And what I like to do is I like to work it back and forth like so. It helps prevent that lip from getting rolled. So we can definitely tell that the seal is definitely worn, because it had no resistance against the shaft at all. This one here is actually holding the governor arm up in the air. So, yep, that seal is much better than the old one. Take that old one, throw it right in the trash. All right, put our governor plate back on. There were 2 screws. And our screwdriver. Okay. All right. That should be good and tight. Yep. I don't want to try any more. Some white strip to the head, and I don't want to do that. All right. That's that. All right, guys. I'm back. So I have cleaned the surfaces, installed my alignment pins, applied some RTV, put the paper gasket on, applied RTV to the other side, installed my lifters, and installed my cam, making sure that it's at, I lined my 2 dots up for top dead center. So now we are ready to put the bottom on. Oh man, where did it come from? Come on now. Where's my flashlight? Sometimes this can be the difficult part because you got to get your gearing on the inside lined up so everything will drop down. There we go. There we go. Alright, we can let that sit for a minute. Alright, now we can just drop these in. We're not going to tighten them, we're just going to snug them up. Basically with just our fingers. Because just like we do when we're doing a two-stroke gasket delete, we're just gonna snug these up, let it cure, and then tighten it down afterwards. Alright, that's 12. We're going to go in a crisscross pattern. Just like you would with a head gasket. We're going to start from the middle and work our way in to the outside. Alright, we're done for now. I don't want to flip it over or anything. I'm just going to let it sit, let that cure, and at least for a couple of hours anyway. I believe it's a 90-minute, yeah, it's a 90-minute RTV, but I think I'm done for the day anyway on this motor. And so I'll get back on it again tomorrow, so it'll have plenty of cure time. Get me some more of that RTV. It's starting to get hard to push out. All right, guys. That's how you basically strip down a motor and get everything prepared, get all the gasket surfaces scraped down, and install new seals and new gaskets. So hopefully that was some helpful information for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If so, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, send me some comments, let me know what you think. Be kind and help people when you can.